Exposure to low temperatures or cold can cause serious illness and even death. Ensuring that your body is regularly hydrated and protected from the cold during winter months is essential to maintaining balance for performing well at work. Risk factors for cold illness include wetness and/or dampness, exposure to cold breezes or wind, low liquid intake, not layering clothing or wearing non-winter clothing, and predisposed health conditions such as hypertension and diabetes. So how do you know if it's too cold? The temperature drops below 32 degrees, wind chill increases, limited or no sunshine, protective clothing or gear is not layered properly, and icy road conditions. And the risk level increases with the wind chill index. Even with an air temperature of 40 degrees Fahrenheit, winds as slow as 15 miles per hour can lower to freezing temperatures. Several common issues may result from exposure to cold stress in the workplace, including hypothermia, frostbite, and dehydration. Hypothermia occurs when body heat is lost faster than it can be replaced, and the normal body temperature drops below 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Hypothermia can occur even in cool temperatures if a worker becomes chilled from rain or sweat. Signs of hypothermia include shivering, loss of coordination, confusion, being unable to walk or stand, slowed breathing, and loss of consciousness. Hypothermia can lead to lasting adverse health effects, and if help is not received immediately, even death. The second serious illness from cold exposure is frostbite. Frostbite is an injury to the body that is caused by the freezing of the skin and underlying tissues, primarily on the hands and feet. The lower the temperature and longer the exposure, the more likely frostbite is to occur. But touching very cold metal can immediately cause frostbite on the contacted areas. Symptoms of frostbite include numbness in the affected body part, a tingling or stinging sensation, pale or bluish skin, and in more severe cases, blistering. Frostbite can cause permanent damage to skin, muscle, bone, and other tissue, and in extreme cases can lead to amputation. Another serious illness from cold exposure is dehydration. It may seem counterintuitive, but dehydration can occur in cold weather when sweat more easily evaporates in dry air, and also because there's a general lack of thirst in cold weather compared to hot weather. Dehydration can impact your physical and mental performance and your body's ability to regulate temperature, which in turn can contribute to other serious health issues. There are many additional risks to working in cold weather, particularly when snow and ice are present. Snow and ice bring their own set of job site hazards, including increased risks of slips and trips, snow-covered tools that become hidden and can potentially cause injuries, and greater exposure to wet surfaces increases the risk of lowering your body temperature. Injuries and risks from cold stress can be avoided and prevented by taking precautions before and during working hours. You should prep the job site for the work being done that day. Some ways to prevent the increased risk of injury from these hazards include removing snow and ice, or preparing for upcoming snow by salting outdoor walkways and vehicle paths, using space heaters to provide a warmer environment for workers. When doing so, inspect each space heater before use, and exercise appropriate caution and supervision when using them, and ensure adequate ventilation when working inside structures to allow for carbon monoxide or chemical fumes. Stay aware of weather forecasts so that you can prepare properly for the workday. Train workers to recognize signs and symptoms of frostbite, hypothermia, and other cold stress injuries, and how to apply proper first aid treatment.
Can we get some warm fluids over here or something?
Limit workers' exposure to dangerous elements that cannot be controlled on a worksite, such as wind or falling snow, and wear the right PPE and clothing that keeps workers dry, warm, and reduces direct skin contact with certain materials. You should wear layers of wool, polyblend, or synthetic fibers, and avoid materials like cotton. Encourage workers to take breaks in warm areas to bring their core body temperature back up, and drink warm, sweetened, non-alcoholic beverages. And for workers who are or may be experiencing symptoms of cold stress, you should move them to a warm room or vehicle. Remove any wet clothes and replace them with dry ones. Next, place warm bottles or hot packs under their armpits, the sides of their chest, and under the groin. Then cover their body with blankets, making sure not to cover their face. And for medical emergencies, call 911 immediately. Working safely, especially in cold temperatures, means being prepared. Knowing how to limit cold stress may save your life.